back at it again. Sorry for the glare in the back. But today, I just found out that there's some things I didn't complete with the 240. So one of them is really just over fenders over here. And I'm going to pull them out, guys, and show you guys. Matter of fact, I just walked you guys over there. So, wanted to know, heads up, how you guys been? What's going on? Sorry, I've been dropping videos once a week. I've been meaning to try to get back to 2 videos, but one, just where my time is right now. So that's what I've been doing. Between that and work, you gotta go do things that's gonna help you bring bread to the table. Not all the time trying to do stuff for fun, and right now, this is not paying nothing. So this is basically for fun. So I bought these fenders like maybe a year or 2 ago. And they're supposed to be for Nissan Silvia, they're aftermarket. I'm gonna figure today, I'm gonna go ahead and take these things, clean them up, prime them down, and if it's dry enough or if it's ready enough, go ahead and slap them onto the car, because it's time for me to start trying to get some of these parts out of here, back onto that car. So we almost got the whole interior done on that car. I'm pretty much just gotta wrap up a little bit of things, put back in there. But for the most part, the interior part is done. Engine is just about completed. I gotta see about this transmission. I might have to go get me another transmission and still hold that one on the side. It's the key. It's a little bit of stuff to start cleaning up these fenders. I'm about to show you guys that right now. Keep in mind, I'm still new to this. I'm still learning how primer and stuff is being laid. I am not the best expert. I am just a mere amateur trying to do something on my own. If I get better, you know how things are. You try, you keep doing it over and over. Eventually you'll get better and better and better. So that's all I'm trying to do, get better and better and better. Sorry about the light in here. I didn't turn it on because it's hot. And I got my little fan in the background, my little buddy blowing. So just trying to keep some of the heat down in here. But let me show you guys what we're using today. And I don't know if we're gonna be using all of it, but I got most of it. For a bottle of water. That's my tea. I'm mixing up my drink later on for me to drink. Got some primer. That's not the only primer I got. It says some automotive primer. We'll use that. Plus some flat gray primer. Got this little what it's called, it's like a little scuff rag. So we used it on the 240 before. I'm about to use it again on these fenders to help smooth it out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I have some of these tack rags. So I got them before when I put the primer for the 240. So I'm gonna be using them too on the fender. I got a bucket for my water because I'm going to wet sand that. I got my mask. Got a cheap ass, whatever you want to call thing that you put the paper on. My buffer, my little buffer machine, which I don't think I'm going to be using. I'm going to do hand. Plus I got some more other primer. I got some self-edging primer. And I got some filler. I think this filler is going to be more important for me to use than any of these other primers because I'm gonna need to fill in holes that I'm probably gonna miss. I got a bunch of different random grades for me to sand with. Of course, I got my gloves, some more other tools and stuff. And right here, I have my 91 alcohol to clean it off with, to finalize cleaning it off with. And I also have, I don't know if I'm going to be using any Bondo, but I got my Bondos, 2 Bondos I have. One is flexible, and I guess this one is like a glass Bondo, I don't know. Still learning. Like I say to you guys, I'm still learning. So, overall, I had these fenders for about like 2 years now. And what you guys can see, they've just been sitting. I never mounted them on the car or anything. I was supposed to in the video, but then I didn't really see no point because you got to pull them back off and prime it. I'm just not that for that. I'm not that type of guy like pulling stuff off, put it back on, pulling stuff off, put it back on. I thought I had a bad spot on one of these fenders, which I'm really not worried about at this point. I it's just really just dirty. Alright guys, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my little wet towel, wipe this down first with regular water. Then I'm going to come back through with some 91 alcohol, wipe it down again. And then the last thing I would do is the tack rag, just to make sure all the dirt and grime. I know this is not the efficient way for you to really do it, because I think it's one more other thing you're supposed to use to help you make your spirit minimals or something like that. I'm not really sure. But you're supposed to put down on this is to make sure you get all the dirt and debris up. I'm doing the best I can for what I have right now. So yeah, get started.
That's 100. That's 100. That's 100. That's 100.
So guys, the next thing now I want to use is this 91 alcohol. I'm going to use this, wipe it down again. Once I get done doing that, then I'm going to go use a tack rag to really clean everything up before I spray anything down with any type of primer. I want to make sure there ain't no dirt, nothing that's getting up on there. There probably will, because this ground is super dry, but just trying to prevent as much dirt as I can. So here we go. And if you look back at my old videos, it's the same thing I did on the 240 when I was, prepping everything. Now guys, I will say that this kit right here is not perfect. There is some imperfections, as you can see right there, a little crack right there. I know that little corner piece. It's this corner piece right here and this front. I'm not expecting for this stuff to be perfect. I'm just saying it's going to be a little bit of imperfections in it, and I'm okay with that. Alright guys, so now I'm going to use this primer filler. I'm not going to record this part. I'm going to spray down both of these fenders with a first light coat, then go back over again with another coat. Hopefully I can get about like 2 to 3 coats out of both of the fenders with this one can. If I can, I'll just spray it with 1 and 1. I got other primers over there, but this is basically the filler primer, and I'm really just looking to see if it's going to be able to fill all them holes that I really need for it to fill before sanding. Alright guys, so this is the first coat of the self-edging primer. I'm gonna let that dry a few minutes, and I'm going to switch over to another primer. I think it came out marvelous. Just gotta hit it with 3 or more times of primer, but I think it came out good. Guys, so I want to share some knowledge with y'all for a minute. Something I just learned. So, anytime you take down the car to bare metal, not only you got to make sure it's clean and there's no dirt, no nothing, and hit it with minimal spirits and all this stuff, you got to make sure you put the proper primer on there. I didn't do that with that Nissan. If you remember watching some of my old videos, me priming that car, I took certain parts of that car down to bare metal. Well, I will show you in a little bit what it looks like, what happens after you put it down to bare metal. That's just say your boy's got to clean all that back up and get a different primer for metal. And the primer that I did pick up for metal was this can, and I just realized it now. Where is it? So I got this self-edging primer right here, and it's basically for metal or whatnot when you take it all the way down to metal. So I figured I'd try that out for the Nissan 240. I'm gonna settle that to the side, but I still need to get a epoxy primer for what I heard, because I took it all the way down to metal, so I gotta put epoxy primer on there before I can put the regular primer on there. I'm going to double check with some other body guys to make sure do I need to put the other primer on there, or do I gotta put the epoxy primer, just the epoxy primer on there, because I'm not really sure. But yeah, that's where we at right now. So I'm gonna let this set for a few more minutes and then hit it with either this automotive primer, which ain't that much in there, or this primer. So hopefully I have enough primer for me to finish these fenders up, and that will be done. So don't be alarmed, but I had to use 2 different primers. I'm waiting for this thing to dry. As soon as it dry, I'm gonna hit it with another coat of primer, because you can still see a little bit of blackness in it. So I don't think it's settled all the way. Plus on top of that, I got a couple of run spots, but I'm not worried about it because I'm gonna go ahead and sand it down with some sandpaper, some wet sandpaper, to get it down some. And if I need to get more primer this week, I'll pick it up either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So, you know, I'll just have to pick back up from this video. I'm thinking about this. I'm probably not going to be able to install it on the car as of this video, but we will install it on the car sometime this week. So I might make that a separate video right along with some other things I need to do to it. Overall, I am kind of happy though. Kind of happy that I did take the initiative to try doing this myself, working on this car myself, taking this project on myself. Would I do it again? Hell to the no. Never turn down another car like this again. I'm gonna do simple stuff. I'm getting to the point like Mike. Send it to the shop, let somebody else do it, because it seems like it's just way better for you to go ahead and record, see the progress of they're doing, and go from there. So I'm gonna give it 20 minutes for the dry before I hit the next coat of primer on there. See y'all in a bit. So guys, I just got finished using the last little bit of self primer on the fenders. I'm about to show you how it looks now. I'm gonna let them dry before I use this other can of primer. This last can of primer, I'm really just gonna tack it on here really thick. So when I go to sand it down, and I'll show you why I'm going to sand this thing down, it should be a lot more better. What's wrong with my lens? So your boy ran out of the 2 can primers that I had on deck, but I still got another 2 more, which is the self-edging primer. And I have this yet. I'm debating should I use this, but we shall see. Let me show you how the fenders look as of right now. Alright guys, so guys, I decided to let these over fenders dry overnight because I just really want this primer to really set into the fender. I think I'm gonna be rushing it if I hit it with water and then try to scuff it up. I really think I already messed it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and let these primers sit overnight and come back out here sometime this week and pick up for the video, or me sanding down this primer, sanding down these fenders, and I'm mounting them on, sanding down these fenders and then mounting them onto the car. Hopefully this video wasn't too boring. Try not to make it that boring, but you know how things are. I'm gonna try to hopefully get back out here Friday. If I can't, it'll be back out here sometime next week. So I don't know. I'm gonna show you these final product of how the fender looks, and we can go from there. It's like I just feel like being goofy a little bit, but I'm gonna show you how these fenders finally came out, and then.
Yo, I'm alive in 2020, forever grateful. Eat my big mama food and grab me a whole plateful. Got the dressing with collard greens and some macaroni. Hawaiian roll got me on swole, feeling super thankful. I just hate that my family not close as we was. I remember showing off the Game Boy to my cuz. Like, look how it got color now, fit into my pocket. Wow, technology never get big as this buzz. Be thankful you hear a lot of people didn't make it. Still got your parents, be happy, someone would gladly take it. Like, I gotta tell my TT Shirley I missed them snickerdoodles on the phone while she can
old and new subscribers, thank you for rocking with me. I've been watching you guys, you know, subscribing to the channel, giving the shout outs to your boy, telling your boy to come on back, record. I really appreciate that, because you never know, somebody could be in a dark place and just don't know how to get out of things, but because of you guys, you pushed me through. I'm back. So take care, guys. See y'all on the next episode of Low and Slow Garage. Hopefully we'll be able to sand these fenders down, mount them onto the car, and do some other car content. Later, guys. Deuces. And she's still sitting there resting, waiting to be run. We're getting her together, guys. We're getting her together. Thanks for bringing me back. And thanks for rocking with me. Appreciate you guys.